You know how many patients you're seeing from each insurance company. And if you have a lot from one, I mean, that to me, that's the company you go to and say, hey, 75% of my practice is your patients. And this other carrier is paying me, 20% more than you are on the 25% of patients I have. Basically making almost the same amount of income from those patients, and I have way more of yours. And so you don't need to do that in a threatening way, but to me, you put together a case. So you say, when's the last time I had an increase? How do my rates compare to the other carriers? How much of this carrier's business do I have? What big companies have been sold recently, right? That I know more business is going to come my way. How far am I from other dentists in the area? Do I do something better than everyone else? Like, am I the best at crowns in the area, right? And I'm doing more crowns than everyone because I know how to do them. And the doctors down the road send me the complex cases because they know I can handle them, right? So you kind of package all those things. And then you need to find the right people to approach at the insurance company to plead that case. If you, in a lot of cases, you know, no offense to any of the provider network reps out here, but if you go to your provider network rep, they're told to basically say, well, you had an increase a year ago. We don't evaluate increases for every, except for every 24 months or more. And you say, well, yeah, you just sold this 10,000 life group down the street and I have 500 new patients calling me like, let's work something out here. So, but the network stuff gets complex too. So I don't know how deep you want to go there, but
Man, it's crazy when you think about dentistry and how complex this insurance and stuff makes it. Man, good on my friends, Dr. Bowman out in all Utah. He's like, hell with this insurance. He wants fee for service. I'm good on him.
there's a
It
lot of
seems
that.
like,
I will say too, like if you're a specialist, you typically have a bit more negotiating power because there's just not as many specialists. Or if you're in a more rural type area, you can sometimes negotiate more. What you're going to hear from a lot of the insurance companies is these are our rates for this zip code, right, or this service area, and every dentist here gets these rates. Well, sometimes that's true, sometimes that's not true, and so you put together a good case. You work with someone that can help you get in there and do that. And there are ways to fairly, appropriately negotiate better fees for yourself, which you probably deserve because a lot of these companies probably have not given you an increase for several years.